Welcome to the Pro Cheerleading Podcast. We are so excited about this week's episode. I know.
I just ran from like a bus. I'm like lightheaded and hot mess. But anyways, hi.
Brittany's fresh off of happy hour.
What?
And left me behind, so I'm like sober dober here.
Sober dober. Sober Sally.
Sober Sally. I'm going to join her, I guess, later, but I have curriculum night for my son's school, so it's probably best not to partake.
True. I apologize. Anyways, let's move along.
I'm actually really excited about her being out of pocket. We haven't had any drinks for the podcast like in a couple seasons, I feel like.
Yeah, so the friend I was spending time with, they were like, oh my gosh, you're going to be like 3 sheets to the wind. I'm like, we're always drinking on the podcast, but we actually haven't.
We haven't in a while.
In about a few seasons, I would say.
Yeah, we haven't celebrated properly. Actually, the last time we drank was our Fresh Out the Runway episode.
With all of us. That was really fun.
That was actually hella fun.
True. Yeah.
Well, I'm counting on you to carry us through with all of the drunk
and I'm always
giggles.
counting on you. So, anyways.
Well, let's just, set it off.
Yeah, we already revealed it. We're interviewing Michelle Vaughn after this Wednesday. She will be live.
You guys, she's just like, she's just so chill. I mean, she's got some Orlando up in her, but she's so LA to me. She's very, very laid back. I could actually see myself being relaxed if I'm learning from her, but maybe she's a different person when she choreographs. Who knows?
Maybe. Who knows?
But she was awesome to speak to. Just had some really cool insights, and we can't wait for you guys to dig into that episode. It's just so fascinating how each conversation with people just takes its own life. Like, we have like a list of questions that we want to ask, but I just feel like the conversation could go anywhere, and hers was just super, super interesting. So,
well, I feel like she really had some great nuggets for auditions and just the mindset. Like, I'm always shocked because we interview people for certain aspects maybe of their career, but then they come through with all these amazing nuggets for life, for auditions, for while you're on the team. And it was just so amazing to get to know her because I feel like you and her have been conversing more so on Instagram and the DMs, and but it was great to put a face to like her Instagram.
And personality, right? Because I think social media gives us so much. That's why we're bearing our souls, bearing our souls for you guys by even like trying to show you a little bit of more behind the scenes of how we are when we record, because this is us and we try to get a little cute for you guys, but that's about it. But I think it's good to put a personality and a face to a name and woo. So
we're just real, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not trying to put up some facade that we're perfect all the time and like,
because we're not.
Yeah, we try to throw on a little mascara for you guys, but for the most part, this is us in the daily life, and like that's what we want to present to you guys because that's just true. It's reality.
It's truth behind the palms, y'all.
Truth behind the palms, So
at some point, we're gonna look crustier and crustier for the YouTube.
Yep.
No, for you guys that don't catch us live, just know that we are posting Cheer Chat on YouTube, very much unedited, except maybe for the random thumb trying to turn off the record button, but more or less, we're just trying to share ourselves with you a little bit more until we can get to some games and show you guys more footage of some performances. So, welcome to our lives. Don't be talking. No, I'm just kidding.
Nobody would.
And
we have such amazing followers.
Thank you so much. Yes, we do. We do. I mean, that's why we're going to get this Instagram live thing together so we can figure out what you guys are saying to us because it's so far away that we can't read. But
I think people love it.
Says Brittany.
Says me.
No, I think you're right. Well,
thanks for everybody who's joining right now. But yeah, let's get into the episode, which it is called
Gossip Folks. Isn't that what it's called?
I'm like, Gossip Talk. I'm way off.
It's Gossip Talk. No, it's not Gossip Talk.
It's Gossip Folk. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Makiba is always on it. Like, you'll see in the next interview. I don't know if it's going live next.
Who?
You know who.
Oh.
Never mind. It's going to be in a few episodes. But Makiba meets her match, I would say. But anyways, back on the topic.
I know why you're saying that.
Because just very like organized together. I'm getting drunk at happy hour after work and then showing up here for you. So, yay.
With the yin and the yang, we balance each other out. But
totally.
You guys do have some really good episodes coming your way. Let's just give the preview now because we do. We decided to stretch it out just a teensy bit for you guys so you don't miss us too much. We don't miss you too much, but we get a break for the holidays. But we have an interview with Janine Samuels from, Sideline Prep. She has her own business, and she also was a former Redskins cheerleader, Pro Bowler, like Wizards girl back in the day. Not even back in the day. It was just they just changed her name, so let's not act like it was 50 million years ago. She's amazingly stunning, super smart. I mean, I just have a new role model.
That's what I'm saying. She's like you. Like, I'm like, were you guys separated at birth or what? Because she's just so organized, so motivational, like has her stuff on point. Like, she was talking to us in her closet because she like researched how to interview on a podcast and found out that you need to be in a quiet space, like a closet or what have you. And we were just like so blown away by her and her personality.
Amazing. She's got book suggestions, like and it just comes so natural. You know, it's not like you're listening to like somebody who's just like rah rah all up in your ear and you're like, calm down, you're too positive for me. I can't, you know, because sometimes I get that way where it's like overwhelming, but you just want to soak it all up. So we're excited to share that interview with you guys. But next week, actually, the interview, that's why I was whispering to Brittany over here.
We were arguing.
Candace, the Beyonce of Pro Cheerleading, is our special guest for next week's episode, and we're kind of super excited. I know we're all up in Redskins land, but
hey, when groups bring it, like, and areas bring it, like DC, I feel like has great dance programs, like semi-pro, pro teams. Same with Portland. Like, I was just there and I just feel like there's so much more dancing, which is kind of depressing because we're in Seattle and I feel like there's not that many opportunities to dance, you know?
Yeah.
The Sonics are gone, and I don't know about you, but I don't feel like there's any dance studios that I'm really excited to go to here in our local area.
Yeah, unless they're new and we just don't know about them. You know, we have a lot of dance fitness classes, but just, I don't know, we need to do some digging just to make sure nobody comes for us talking crap like, yes, actually, there's a studio.
Well, let us know. We don't know.
Yeah. So did you have fun?
I did have fun.
What'd you do?
Yeah, so I went to Steps PDX, and they were having, I was down there for other things, but just down there to have some fun, and I took a class there. They were raising, like, donations and things like clothing for the LGBTQ community and things like that. Nice. So the classes were free if you donated. So I went there and took a class, and yeah, it was really fun. I just feel like Portland really has a great dance community. And when I put that out there on our Instagram, like, so many people reached out and was like, do this class and do that class, and so I just caught one. Yeah, I'll have to tell you about it more. It was great.
It was good.
It was a little bit out of my comfort zone, and my husband was in there watching.
He was in there watching?
He was in there watching. I was like, you know, if you're in there, they're going to make you take the class, and they didn't even notice him. So I was like, fuck. So I had to, like, show up, but I don't know how to explain it. It was the guy that choreographs or organizes Sirens Dancers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Follow them on.
Yeah, follow them on Instagram.
Exactly. Okay.
But yeah, it was really fun. Nice. I'm glad I pushed myself.
Good.
And, like, it felt good. It felt good because I didn't know anybody. Nobody came up and, like, not like nobody came up, but I was worried there would be people that were like, I suggested this to you, and then I'd have to, like, do the damn thing.
Well, this came up in our interview with Michelle, where she was just talking about, like, in LA, how the vibe is for taking classes, and it's so
production.
Yeah, you gotta get the cute outfits, you gotta freaking do your makeup and stuff. You can't just go to a class and learn and fall on your face and some heels and just, you know, whatever. You really, it's just a lot different, but it's nice and refreshing. So, you know, to take a class where you can just be yourself and be anonymous and just learn and have a good time, get out of your comfort zone, learn a couple things, be exposed to a different choreographer, etc.
Right.
So good for you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad I did it.
Good.
We'll have to go next time together.
Okay.
And document it.
Document me busting my behind. But no, that's awesome. I'm glad. Glad.
It was
We
fun.
both have been trying to get back into dancing one way or the other, so. Well, let's get into some cheer chat before we drop this episode with Michelle.
Okay, let's start. So Makiba's been noticing a trend and been sending it my way, but it seems like a lot of teams are doing this very, like, raw reality TV show, behind the scenes, kind of documentary style type of, I don't know, just posting on social media.
Yeah, and then, I mean, so we noticed the Tennessee Titans. This is marketing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just like a marketing department that's gotten together and was like, you know what, we need to, you know, work on like a refresh of our image. I don't know. Maybe they're paying attention to cheerleaders now because of all the stuff that's been in the press, but you could tell that there's like a concerted effort to produce this you know, and I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm team female empowerment, team empowerment all day long. Oh, Brittany's leaving me.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
I thought my phone wasn't recording.
Oh,
because I didn't see the. Okay. Anyways, continue.
We're gonna buckle
awkward.
You in. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, I just think that they're trying so hard to deliver this message that, you know, women are not just dancers or the, you know, just the people on the team are so much more, and it's true. And the message does need to get out there. I just feel like it's kind of very aggressively overkill. Or maybe it's because we're the only people consuming it all at one time.
But no, what you said though is it's sucking out the fun.
Yeah, that was
and that's kinda, so true. It's like
that was my take.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of, you know, there's such a focus and emphasis on these women are strong, they have careers, they're this, they're that, and it's like She-Ra, and I get it, and I think it's great for people to understand the multifaceted people that make up these teams. It's not just women, it's not just, you know, there's men on teams and they have various backgrounds, but it's just becoming such a harsh line that I would much rather see content that's a little less staged, or it's not like it's scripted, it's not like reality TV, it's not like a Kardashian show, but
it's leaning more towards that versus like we have so much fun. It's more like we're trying to so hard to be taken serious that
there you go.
It's taking out the fun part of it, where we like used to make eyes with each other and like we would dance on the 20s, right? For like one of the, what am I trying to say?
One of our
2 minutes,
2 minute warnings.
Yeah, and like you would just always know who was going to be dancing across the field, and like that gave me energy, and like looking at each other and like laughing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just feels like that aspect isn't being portrayed, or it's been forgotten because it makes us less serious or something.
Right, and I just think there's a happy medium. I feel like everybody's tilted one direction just to try to offset this narrative that might be out there that, you know, we should all go away and blah, blah, blah. But I just think that, you know, it's okay to just show a more natural, less serious side of your program, or just add that in the mix here and there. You know what I mean? Because
I agree.
It's getting a little, I don't know, a little extra. But you know, there's different things that are being put out there. I thought the DCC in motion, they're showing. I mean, granted, it's like staged a little bit, but they have little performances with about 3 or 4 girls that will get out there and do some different style of dance, and it's, you know, there are different clothes. They're not in the same Dallas Cowboys uniform. I mean, these are like the kingpins of marketing, so I guess they're figuring out ways of showing additional dance performances of their team, and I think that's pretty cool.
Was this like when they did in the pro shop? Like they did a little hip hop?
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, I think you sent that to me.
Yep, that one.
Right, that was really fun.
Yeah, and they have like all these like lasers following their body and like popping up on their shirts, so that looks cool. It's different, and I think that's good. I just, you know, it's some of these videos where they're interviewing the directors and they're just really coming off hella hard in the paint that I'm just kind of like, calm down, like, hopefully it's still fun. And that, and you know, the other thing that made me think about that was like, there's so many workout, like, so much emphasis on like the team training.
But
but it's
all black every day. But no, it is very like, what is this, a boot camp? Or like, are we like auditioning for the military or something? Like,
soften it up, or not even soften it, just diversify it, because there's a lot that's driven at you of how hard you work and how and it just does not seem fun. I'm sure it still is, but like, show us the fun part too.
Totally.
I'm off my little
tangent. You're not, because now we have something else to talk about. The Mavericks, another Dallas,
oh my gosh,
Texas team. But did she ever say that the dance team was going to be reformed?
She said several times, and she was quoted saying, "I'm not getting rid of the Mavs Dancers." She repeatedly lied in the press. I'm talking about Cynthia freaking, what is her last name?
It doesn't even matter. But
whatever. Cynthia Marshall. How could I forget?
There you go.
Cynthia Marshall from the Dallas Mavs was, you know, when all this hit the fan, when they got rid of the Mavs Dancers, she was repeatedly saying to the press that they are not getting rid of the Mavs Dancers. We got somebody that actually sent us a video from the Mavs preseason game, and they had the Maniac.
It was so bad.
It was awful.
It was lame as AF. Like, seriously, it looked like just a group of fans had band together to like dance in the stands, and I was like, wait, I like had to zoom in. I had to like really focus and watch it a few times to see even what the hell was going on, because describe it. It
was, so imagine like the club row, right? The club row. And it seems like there's like an overhang over them. I'm like YMCA over here. But so they're like standing up almost like at the front row of a club section. That's what it looked like to me. The little maniacs in the little outfits. And one other video where they were on the court during like a shooting competition. But when they were up in the stands, there's just some music on and they're just kind of like half-ass moving around. I was just very pissed off all over again, and I ended up on Twitter, and she's still private or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, why would you? Maybe it's coming out for the regular season. I mean, I think regular season pops off for the NBA actually tonight, I think. But the point is, where are they? Like, if you said you weren't going to get rid of the Mavs Dancers, we don't see them. We don't see any entertainment. The Maniacs, as you can tell, are not cut out for the job for entertainment's sake. They're just not. Like, let's just be real. I'm so over them, but whatever. Everybody gets an opportunity to dance, even fat.
They were wearing pink, right?
I mean, we're not fat shaming. Well, yes, we are. Am I fat shaming?
No, you're not fat shaming. But
I mean, a body shame. But that's.
I was almost gonna say something worse. That it's like it's just the average Joe up there like wiggling their shit. But kind of, you know what I mean?
And that's their claim to fame. They're not gonna. They shouldn't get sensitive about people being like just some fat guys dancing, because that's how they market themselves.
Exactly. That's with the auditions. Like, are you a chunky man that can dance? Like, audition for Maniacs.
It's just extremely disappointing because you had such talented women on the floor. Like, I don't watch the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making a team, but there were apparently a few women from the Mavs Dancers that tried to get on DCC just because they're, looking for other opportunities to work. And it was a perfectly talented group of women. And I'm just so pissed that opportunity was taken away from them. And they didn't even have a decent replacement. At least the other teams have figured out how to get their shit together and come up with another team, making it co-ed, do something. And maybe it's still in the works. Who knows? I haven't seen anything on their website. Just over it.
But if she was an advocate for women and like what they were doing, she would have said like, hey, this is maybe your last season as a Mavericks dancer, or we're going to change it. Mm-hmm. Like, let's work and collaborate together to form a team that best fits my vision, or the vision that I see the team going. But instead of removing them and not really having an adequate replacement, lame, so lame.
We're not feeling it.
No.
You think we're done talking about it, but we're not. No, I'm just kidding. But well, no, we're not.
Yeah, no. Thanks for sending that to us.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and keep us posted. I mean, we'd love to see how other teams. I want to see these dancing dads in Cleveland. So if you're from Cleveland and you're watching and you see what this little team looks like and you want to send it to us, because I don't think I'm going to Cleveland.
Yeah, where is that even?
Did we just beat them? That's why I'm talking shit, guys. Sorry.
Like the Browns?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's near Chicago. Is it?
Ish.
Isn't it the Chicago Browns? Oh, that's baseball.
It's okay. Chicago Bears.
Anyways, let's move on.
Cleveland Browns, Chicago Bears in terms of football.
No, okay.
Whatever.
Anyways.
I think that alcohol is taking effect.
I think I need to be fired from the podcast. Anyways, let's move it on.
We're holding auditions. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this one might get a little testy too. This is some long-ass cheer chat.
It is. I'm here for it.
All right, let's go. So, you guys, if you're paying attention to your presidential candidates, Cory Booker, who's a senator and a Democratic candidate for president, has come out with a plan addressing this issue of paying paying college athletes and trying to close the gap on gender inequality when it comes to paying athletes. And I know this is controversial, but California came through with the act that's going to pay these college players to pay them to play. That's a little bit.
Who's been drinking now? No, I'm kidding.
But they're looking at doing that, and Cory Booker is committed that if he becomes president, that he's actually going to make that a federal law. And he actually has a provision in there, guys, around professional cheerleaders and dancers, which I think is phenomenal, that he recognized, the struggle that a lot of women have had in this space around getting paid properly. And so I think it's amazing, and I was very pleased to see that it's on the radar.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your thoughts on
athletes? Okay, is it educated thoughts? I don't know, but this is just me ranting and raving. I feel like paying players of any sort of college sports or gymnastics or dance could cause a lot of problems, don't you think?
No, I absolutely don't. Well, actually, I think there's certain aspects of it, right? Whether they're getting the problem that I have, and even with respect to pro cheerleading contracts, is the restriction on your ability to make money by profiting off of your likeness, your name, your image, and it's not going to cause any more of a problem than the NCAA and the schools that have profited.
They are forking in a lot of dough.
It's $1 billion industry, and so they're making it off the backs of these players. And I was really moved, and I was so pumped. I feel like U.S. gymnasts are talking so much shit right now, and I love every second of it. So Simone Biles came out today talking about, like, own it. If you're the greatest of all time, then damn it, that's what it is. That's the facts. I mean, if I won 5, she's just coming with it, and people should just own their space. So I was pumped about that, but also Caitlin. How do you say this child's last name? Ohashi. Caitlin Ohashi, the gymnast from UCLA that went viral with all of her 10.0 floor routines for gymnastics. She came out with this article, and she's just saying, like, if I had the opportunity when I went viral to take advantage of all the, opportunities to be sponsored by brands and really, like, milk her moment, then she would have had a lot more opportunities just like any other person that's in college and trying to prepare for when they graduate based on their skills and talents. And it's just so damn true. It's such a sacrifice being a college athlete, and it's under the guise of it being this, like, amateur nonsense when they make so much money off of them. So if you're not going to pay them, at least allow them to have the freedom, the financial freedom to profit from their likeness. Period. Point blank. End of story. Not everybody's a Caitlin Ohashi, but if you're really talented and skilled in your field, and there's opportunities for you to grow your brand and actually make money from it to secure your future. Because let's be real, she, with whatever time that she was committing to being a gymnast, you're not able to, it's not that she wasn't balancing it with school, but are you going on job interviews? Are you doing the things that other people are going to be doing to prepare for life after college? No, you're freaking strapped. So I think they have to be able to profit off of what they bring in terms of talents, and it's not so much. They should at least, at the very minimum, remove that restriction so that it's not like you lose your amateur status if you're making money based on your likeness.
But aren't they getting a full ride? A lot of times they're getting a full ride.
That is pennies.
And a lot of times they get, like, okay, you can, like, pass this class because you're a quarterback.
That's the
and
wackest argument, though. I mean, okay, so
they're getting a free education, which I don't know about you, but I'm still paying on my student loans.
Yes, but still, it pales in comparison to what the schools are making. When I was at Georgetown, I mean, this is eons ago, but I was talking a lot of shit then when I was studying sports business. But it's like, people had that same attitude about, our Georgetown basketball team. And you're talking about 12, 15 kids on a roster, and you want to tout this, well, they're getting free rides to Georgetown University. But let's be real, let's look at the money that the basketball program was bringing in for the school. It just can't compare. And it's more, again, like, you're selling the names on the back of their jersey. My kids, or my name, that's my name, and that's my talent on the field that's making that worth something to sell jerseys all over the world. So who's to say that I don't deserve a cut of that? Like, I don't even understand it. But let's just say that professional dancers and cheerleaders, just to bring it back home, I think we had restrictions in our contract when we were with the Seahawks that wouldn't allow us to use the fact that we were dancers as part of the team to basically kind of like build your own brand and business outside of it. It was not allowed, and I think that kind of restriction is unfair. And Brittany's like, no.
I don't know what to think about it. I think it's very interesting. I've heard both arguments, like Tim Tebow, right? He's been very vocal about, about not paying them, right?
And he has, and I don't agree. I just think the perspective of, it'll ruin college sports and this and that, and it'll make it more about me and I versus team. That's not the shit that the NCAA's screaming. That's not the shit that the coaches are screaming when they're making these paychecks that are obnoxious. Okay, nobody's talking about this is about the team.
That's true.
Think of these coaches' salary. Like, are you sharing the wealth?
Are you volunteering your time?
Cut it out. Everybody doesn't want to disrupt the status quo because it will actually empower the athletes. And if the women get in on this too and address the disparity in the funding of their sports, and it just ends up opening it up. This is a capitalistic country. Like, cut it out with the freaking restrictions. The NCAA is full of shit, in my opinion.
I'm just playing devil's advocate because I'm really I'm drunk and I don't really know what I'm talking about. But don't you think that sometimes with it's poisonous to the professional teams?
Yeah.
Money is greed, and I think it causes a lot of problems. Just in terms of the team's dynamic and feeling jealous and why is he getting paid more than me, or you paid him more to keep him and paid me less, so now I have to go elsewhere.
It definitely opens the market.
It causes a lot of problems.
But to me, it's really no different. Like this has been bubbling for so long, and the free essential labor that they're getting from these athletes and the amount of time that they're investing, I just think the frustration is going to continue to build. So you're creating your own monster by not dealing with it in a way that's fair and equitable, or at least putting heads to the table. I mean, the NCAA has gotten away with the structure for so long, and it's just been such a joke. And I just think because it's kind of festered, I just think they're going to have a hard time unraveling that, and it may cause problems with the team. But I mean, these coaches are making some pretty money for their salaries, so people management, manage expectations, manage egos, and really you're setting them up for the real world. Hopefully they'll learn about their money management. Hopefully they'll learn about investing. Hopefully they'll figure things out while they're in school that will help them make wiser decisions. They're young, but look, what happens when you're Caitlin Ohashi and you're not being a gymnast anymore, you sacrifice all that time.
Senior year, she was like done, and like she was like thinking about how much she could have capitalized on her popularity and and made some money. Now people aren't going to remember her name, and they're going to be like, why? She has a degree in communications and nothing to show for it. No, I'm kidding.
But that's the real risk. So yeah. I'm all for it. And I think, the fact that this proposal, it takes into account pro dancers and cheerleaders to give them the ability to make sure that they're making the money that they should make as part of these teams. And like I said, hopefully lifting any restrictions that might be in their contracts where they're not able to, dance for so-and-so, but also have an agency that helps book them work on the side. Sometimes that's a restriction in their contracts where they can't do that. So I'm all for
why don't you just pay them? Because, aren't they typically like doing illegal shit anyways by getting them cars and buying them houses and clothing?
It's not like
so it's not like they're not corrupt now.
Exactly.
You might as well just pay them and just keep it real.
Exactly.
So I kind of get that point too. So what do you suggest they do?
Who? The NCAA, the schools?
Yeah, what should they do? Just pay them, and like how would they structure the pay?
No, I'm kidding. That's a whole other episode. I do have thoughts. I mean, sports business is a really nasty business. I studied enough, and that's what sent me to law school. I knew that it was hella shady at the end of the day. And, because of the NCAA restrictions and rules and how people get caught up and what was going on to go around the rules and what everybody knows happens, like it's just a utter clusterfuck. Okay.
It is.
Thankfully, Michelle's not part of a team, so we don't have to feel like we're on our best behavior.
It's true.
So much this episode. We love you, Michelle. Please share it with your mom still. But it's definitely something that's people should be thinking about. You guys are building these great careers dancing. You're building these followers on your social media. What if you really wanted to, become a blogger or something after you finish, or, leverage that background and you had restrictions on your ability to do it. So once you're done dancing, you're just like a dried up little piece of toast and you can't.
Well, she went viral. Caitlin went viral. Isn't there money in that?
No. She couldn't make it.
But now that she's graduated, could she do like some commercial?
She's not on the field. She's not on the gymnastics mat anymore. It's not the same. She went viral, but it's more like how viral is? They forget about you in 2.5 seconds. So unless she's doing another 10.0 routine that everybody's fresh in people's minds, it's kind of the moment's passed. The moment's over. I feel for her. I know why she's pissed.
She needs a manager that's gonna be like, remember that video? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was
just like us. We were like, we can still do it. No, I'm kidding. We can.
Oh my gosh.
And we will.
Yes. Anyway, that was a pretty interesting tidbit. And again, because we are included in that ban.
That is amazing though, that they are including us. Because I feel like a lot of times dancers, gymnasts, like the arts kind of athletes are forgotten. It's like, forgetting.
Did you give me something to drink and I don't? Anyway,
maybe it's my breath.
No, but you're right. No, they get forgotten.
They
very
totally
easily.
do.
So, props to Cory Booker for taking into account some of these.
Are you going to vote for him?
I don't know if he's going to make it through, but I mean, he's going to. It's still early, but
it is early.
I'm
excited for change, though. You know what I mean? Like, let's
be real. We need some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on. Okay. You're like, and yeah. We've been noticing something too in the videos that have been posted at our own home games, like et cetera, et cetera. It's amazing that all the men have been making these teams and participating. But it's this damn towel that we have a problem with, right?
I mean, okay. We love the fact that you have a prop. You know, I think it's great.
Like pom-poms.
Yeah, but we, you know, we use the pom-poms to rally. I think the towels are meant to be, I think they're even called rally towels, but I think when we've seen some videos where the towels become this flingity prop while you're dancing, it's so distracting. And so it's just more like a, can you just not, like they shouldn't make the boys dance with the towel,
right?
Or something.
It's dancing with the towel. There's only one towel, so like think of floppy
it just ruins
towel while you're dancing. Where when we have palms, like we would even talk about that at practice, like which way are you doing buckets or candlesticks? You know, with your palms.
Are we shimmering them or are they
shimmering?
Still? Like,
yeah, that matters, and so it should matter with the towel.
This towel's gone wild.
Totally.
And they need to calm down.
Like the terrible towel, but like across the NFL, right?
Well, it's just use it when you're like rallying the crowd, and then when you're dancing, they should be in your pocket.
Yeah, if you're not gonna have palms, which like some teams have palms.
Some of the guys
are using. Yeah. Is it the Patriots?
Patriots, I think. Okay. Tampa Bay. I haven't seen them in photos lately, but maybe whatever. But Tampa Bay, I think, also has a male cheerleader.
But like the Rams do not
the Eagles
when they're dancing.
Also have palms.
They
Rams don't.
Rams don't, but it should just be like a woo, we're rallying now and just freestyling it, but you shouldn't have it in your hand like as a limp noodle while you're dancing because it has no structure. It's just so distracting.
That's all.
Yeah, it's just distracting.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all.
Public service announcement.
Yeah.
Or it made me think of it because I was watching, okay, you guys found my full the fuck out first final full the
F out.
Full the fuck out Friday dance performance, and it was the Washington Wizards. I had to give it to them. Yep. I mean, they looked really, really good. They have more guys, I think, than when we went last year on the team this year. At least it looked that way. But such a fire performance, and I was just imagining after seeing some of the other videos that I'd seen, like what it would have looked like if the towels were part of that whole shenanigans, because it's fast movements and motions, and just like it would have just looked a hot mess. So
yeah,
any hoodles.
Let us know what you guys think.
And if you have any candidates for Full the F Out Friday, send them our way. We'll post it. And yeah. Oh my gosh, did we talk that much? I guess we did. But let's ease on into what's wrong.
Well, I was just gonna say that like this might get edited for Wednesday, but this won't. Like what you guys are seeing right now is live and
unedited,
uncut,
so truth behind the palms.
Like come join us randomly because we don't have a set schedule of when we do them live. But anyways,
but it will be on YouTube. We definitely want you guys to check it out and comment, man. Give us some interaction because this crap right here on Instagram is not always easy to capture the comments. So feel free to go to our YouTube channel and post your thoughts. I mean, we've debated some pretty juicy topics, so we're curious to know what you guys think about that. So leading into Michelle, you guys, I mean, I'm sure you've seen her choreography from Pro Action Dance this summer, 7 Rings. I mean, I cannot stand Sweetie's my type anymore, but I can watch it when I know I'm going to see her choreography. And then Pop Lock and
Pop Lock and Drop It.
Pop Lock and Drop It.
It's been a long day.
Yo, I cannot speak English today. Pop, lock, and drop it. But yes, oh my goodness. That was a cute routine. And she's got some amazing routines. And we just can't wait to kick it into this interview with Michelle.
Yeah, stick around and
Michelle, I'm sorry. We've embarrassed the shit out of you.
Probably is. No. But get to know Michelle better. She's like so amazing. I had no idea like how cool she was gonna be. Yeah. And like I felt like we could have talked to her all night. So just stick around. She has a bunch of amazing, like, I don't know, just life isms for auditions. Like we said at the beginning. Just check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe, like, all share, comment, DM.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And you guys, it's getting closer to, we might as well make our last little announcements. Cheerversary coming up. Live taping of our show. We're so good at this, clearly. And answering your questions that you might have for us. So start sending them in. We'll take some live, but if you want to give us a chance to think about what we're going to say and get polished, then send them in to us. We're super excited about that. And anything else?
Until next time.
Keep your eyes on the sideline.
Yay!
Yes.
Bye.